Hi, I'm Leanna.
And I'm Sean, and we're the Griff on TV.
On TV. Faux show.
I said on TV.
On TV.
On
That's-
TV.
well-
We're the Griff on TV.
On TV. We're not the Griff. We're not just the Griff, but we're also on TV.
We're on TV. To kick off this episode, we're talking about M.L. Martin, I believe their name is. Yes, the newest writer in residence here at MacEwan University, the 31st MacEwan writer in residence. They have been at this university all winter semester. They've been available to students from 12:30 to 4:30, Mondays and Thursdays, and it's room 6227. That is 6227. 6227.
Well, now I'm confused because won't they be in residence, like MacEwan residence? Or am I just like completely off?
Don't
base with what-
confuse people who are going to watch and be
Well,
like,
no,
where do I find the
like,
writer?
You made it very clear where the writer is, but it's writer in residence, so aren't they supposed to be like in MacEwan residence? Am I just like completely
No,
bonkers?
I don't
with
think they
what a
live with the students.
Well,
This is an esteemed writer.
Well, on the 13th floor, there aren't students there. From the last time I checked, the 13th floor isn't for students. And neither is the first floor. That's for guests.
Yeah.
Because it's also a hotel. So I thought, my brain was like, writer in residence, they're living on campus in MacEwan residence on like the first floor.
I think it's just referring to their residency here at
Kind of like Las
MacEwan,
Vegas.
like, sure.
Because they don't like live in, you
Who
know,
are
like.
you talking? What
you
are
know-
you talking about?
Because like, you know how some artists will be like, oh, I got a residency in Vegas. Like, I think it's like Kesha or Elton
Oh
John.
yeah,
Yeah.
Kesha's
kinda like that.
story. I remember
Yeah.
when she told me that.
'Cause she, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, because like they'll have residency in a certain hotel where they go and play all the time.
Okay.
So it's not just like a concert; it's like a residency. So I get it now. We can cut this whole part out.
Pretty sure this Martin is not M.L. Martin. Pretty sure they're not living with students in the residency buildings.
I mean,
They're just here to answer any questions that you might have, talk about the industry of writing, what they've done in writing, which is like poetry, translations.
you won't believe what happened on the Griff on TV today, and the answer might surprise you.
I won't believe what happened on the Griff on TV today.
Yeah.
This episode that we are currently
This episode
filming.
that we're currently filming.
I don't know then, because I
You
can't
won't
read
believe
the
it.
future.
Exactly, because story times are what make up TikTok now. Did you know that?
Yeah,
Have you seen those story times?
yeah.
They're often accompanied.
Robert
Why?
Munch wrote Storytimes.
What?
What? I don't know what.
I'm
Explain
talking
what
about-
Storytimes are.
Oh yeah, story times are when you're scrolling on TikTok and all of a sudden you see story time. So my wife or my husband just got murdered by 7 different people, and you're like, let's find their murder, and that's the story time. It's crazy. They're so weird. They're very unique, and they're often accompanied by either A, Subway Surfers, B, some like ASMR bullshit like that, or it's Minecraft parkour.
You have strong opinions on
I
ASMR.
do.
Holy shit.
And so does Rebekah Brunham, who wrote this piece. She like talks about the TikTok story times and how they're just like taking over the platform. It's kind of on Instagram, depends on like the side of Instagram you're on. I get them a little bit. There'll be so many weird stories that people just like dump onto people. And sometimes there'll be themes.
There are people dumping on other people. The next article that we can talk about is Evan Watt wrote an article about MacEwan's best kept fitness secret, and that is like these spin classes that are happening. I didn't know that MacEwan held spin class for anybody, and I guess Evan noticed that a lot of the people who were there weren't even students. They were just like run-of-the-mill people.
Like
Like-
middle-aged moms.
Yeah, and they're just coming to have fun and just do something in a group setting and get in shape and like encourage each other. And the main thing that I pulled from this article when I read it was, one, Evan doesn't like cardio, which is that's not a hot take or anything like that.
That's a
I think,
very good
I think
take.
everybody hates cardio. I absolutely despise cardio.
People who like cardio are psychopaths.
They're weird, yes.
They're so weird. Have you ever been to a spin class?
No.
Me neither. But
I have no interest in going.
it looks so scary. Peyton, one of our features editor, she'll post on Instagram like 7 a.m. She's at the gym spinning, and I'm like, why?
I'm still not even awake yet.
Yeah,
so.
I'm in bed at 9 a.m. looking at you on this bike.
I don't
just like you.
The idea of the spin class, I get what like Evan was writing in the article. Evan stated that like it was really hard, but it also was a very positive environment to be in, and I get that, and I think that's awesome, especially if you're afraid to go and work out or whatever. So our next story, written by our very own Zach Dafoe.
Very good, very good.
He's a good boy. He's over there. Zach wrote a short piece about mixtapes. I don't want to butter up Zach too much or make him blush.
He is
but
controlling the camera.
I bet he will. I bet he will. I think Zach is a true wordsmith.
I concur.
And I was getting some crazy, like this might be too much, but I was getting like crazy Leonard Cohen vibes when I was reading this.
What do you mean by Leonard Cohen?
Do you know? God, I forgot you don't know anybody. He's like Canada's Bob Dylan.
You're not gonna like my next question. Bob Dylan, he's being played by Timothy Chalamet.
I don't care. Anywho's, Zach's piece is really great because he was talking about like mixtapes, and in part of the story talking about how it's kind of evolved to the digital sharing that we used to do like with MSN Messenger. Oh God. And then like with LimeWire, downloading songs that took like a fucking day and a half to download one song that wound up being corrupt. Anyways, and then it led to Spotify, and now people are doing mixtapes on Spotify, which is just like creating playlists for other people. And what I liked about this is because it put me right back into the 90s when I did make mixtapes, and I made a couple for people that I knew in my life. So like mixtapes, they have this like whole history of like, you kind of put a lot of yourself into it. And there's a lot of thoughtfulness that goes into a mixtape because you're trying to put in these songs and put in these songs in a specific order that might encapsulate like your relationship with somebody, or how you feel about somebody, or how they feel about you, or whatever. And there's a lot that goes into mixtapes, and I guess the same amount of thought and effort is put into mixtapes or making a playlist on Spotify.
Do you think it is the same effort though? Because like,
well,
from what you're describing, I never did it. Like I was born in 2001. Sorry. Yeah. Do you think it's more effort to go through that whole process that you were describing compared to what it is now, where it's like, okay, I'm just gonna search up, Ed Sheeran or whatever, and then add to playlist. Here, send the link off. Hey babe, I made you this mixtape. Like, do you think that compares to the effort that you had to go through?
I think the idea is the same. Maybe the amount of effort that it took, it probably took more effort back in the day, because like you would have to get a stack of CDs or cassettes that you wanted to pull a song from. You'd have to find the song, and then you'd have to match it up to the cassette that you're recording it onto. Or if you were pulling a song off the radio, which was a whole other ball of wax, that took effort because you'd obviously have to have all your gear ready because you didn't know when that song was coming up on the radio. And then once it did, you had to, record it and get all the ads out of it and all that kind of stuff. So the effort that it took, probably it's less effort now, and less of a, I'd say, journey to get those songs onto the mixtape than it used to be. But I think the idea of it still is the same, because you are putting thought into what songs match what emotional states you're in at the time, or what songs kind of match a vibe that you want to get, that you want to convey between like two people, or just, I can't put it into words. I don't know.
So the next one we got is Rebekah Reeves attended the Black Stories of Belonging event that took place with the Office of Human Rights and SAMU. It was in the Lookout, and this was just a beautiful event where there was art, food, discussions. There was like this video that you've probably seen. It was just by the elevator in SAMU, right near the student group's office. There's a video playing with our very own Aja Souter. She was in it, and it was made right here in this film TV studio, literally right here. They made it, and it was all about Black students and belonging in the MacEwan community. And so to celebrate Black History Month, which was just a few weeks ago, they had this whole event where, there was food, discussion, this video was made, and it really brought in a lot of people. Like, way more than they thought, apparently. They only put out 60 chairs, and I think they almost doubled it, which is pretty incredible.
That's good. That's
especially
awesome.
For an event held here.
Yeah. Who are MacEwan Safe Walkers?
They are
No.
Oh.
Don't you dare cut me off.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I got a cool opening
I thought you
for
were
this.
genuinely asking.
No. I got a good opening for this.
Okay.
Totally original. Came up with it myself.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Leanna.
Yeah.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
Fuck. You know it? No, it's the Safe Walkers program. I almost said project. Program. Safe Walkers.
Program.
The Safe Walk program, sorry. Is it pretty new?
I think it took a break, but it's been around since the 90s.
Yeah, I think it's a really good idea. So for anybody who doesn't know, Safe Walkers, they operate from 6 to 9 p.m. Monday to Friday. Up to 2 volunteers will be available to you to walk you to your car in the parkade or elsewhere, to a transit station like a bus stop or something, or to your house if it's close enough. If you don't feel safe walking at night, because we are downtown, there's a lot of scary stuff that happens.
Yeah.
So,
let's not sugarcoat what. There's been a lot of stuff happening going on downtown where we go to school. So yeah, it can be pretty scary regardless of who you are. If you need a call, who are you gonna call?
Who are you gonna call? TM. We're here to widely spread the word on one YouTube channel.
With only 20 subscribers. So if you haven't,
2 of those are my parents.
Subscribed.